This is Michael Cohen, and it's time for another Michael Cohen Reacts. I mean, listen, my friends, it's just not a good day in Trump land unless Donald is committing a crime. So today must be a very good day for him. So let me start by saying this. NBC News reported that Trump financial watchdog informs judge of $40 million in undisclosed cash transfers. I mean, seriously, here's what ended up happening with this. Donald Trump's company, the Trump Corporation, is required to report any and all business transactions with Justice Jones, Barbara Jones, who I happen to know because she was the special master in my specific case as well. And they didn't do that. But don't worry, it's just an oversight. It was a mistake. 29 million of that was transferred, and it's going to go towards taxes that Donald owes. I want people to think about this for a quick second. This is a man who in 2017 and 2016 paid a combined $1,500 in taxes. This is now 29 million in taxes taken from the Trump Corporation and transferred to his personal account. Not to mention, there's also another transfer of $5 million, which it is believed is supposed to now go towards the payment to E. Jean Carroll and is being sent or being held as a direct result of that decision. So like I said, it's just not a good day for Donald Trump unless there's a crime being committed. All right. I mean, let me again just sort of clarify what's going on here. So Trump has already lost this $250 million civil lawsuit by our unsinkable New York Attorney General, Tish James. He's already ruled that the Trump Corporation committed fraud. That was already done. Now it's all about disgorgement. How much money the Trump Corporation is going to have to pay as a direct result of overinflating its value of its assets, not even taking into consideration the devaluation of the same assets for tax purposes. This is merely the overestimation of the value of the assets in order to obtain better loans or better insurance premiums. All right. Let me then move on to turn around and to say there's another issue that just hit to Donald. The fact that the appellate court determined that the gag order that has been imposed upon him, that everybody says, oh, it was a big smackdown to Judge Engoron because things didn't move as quickly as they wanted, that gag order has been reinstated, meaning Donald Trump cannot, whether it's on his Untruth social platform or anywhere, continue to attack the judge's staff, specifically the judge's law clerk, which he did minutes after the gag order was put on hold as a direct result of the filing of the appeal on that gag order requirement. Now, I will tell you one thing that sort of angers me and really makes me question what's going on here. Would it have been wrong for them to turn around and to claim that not only should the gag order be for Judge Engoron's law clerk as well as staff, but what about other people like myself, witnesses that know exactly how dangerous it is when Donald Trump starts posting or talking about you or having his acolytes talk about you? They don't understand that the same thing that his law clerk is feeling right now and the same thing that the law clerk is dealing with right now, I have been dealing with for years. And just because it's for years doesn't mean that it's getting any easier. Every time that I am required to come in and to provide testimony, whether it was for the grand jury, I had a guy threatening to put a bullet in my head. Then on top of that, as soon as I testified before the New York Attorney General in that trial for the 2 days, the attacks on social media, the attacks against me by phone calls by people, or at night, I just take my phone off the hook. This isn't right. I'm not supposed to have to go, with this. The social media attacks based upon my ethnicity, based upon statements that Trump has said about me. It is disgusting. Would it have been wrong if they would have included witnesses in the case into this gag order? I don't think it would have been. I think it would have been appropriate, and it would send a message to Donald and his acolytes and to these MAGA maniacs that keep supporting him, that it is not only is it unacceptable, it can result, very much like what happened with the January 6th insurrectionists, it can and will result in you being potentially incarcerated, at least arrested. So my hope is that they would have done it. Of course, they didn't. It's just amazing to me. I also just want to turn around and say that all of this that's going on, the fact that this is going to piss Trump off bigly, we should all sort of relish in this fact, because as many times as I have said that the one thing that Donald Trump has never had to face is accountability, that accountability is finally at his doorstep. And we're not just seeing it in this civil case, which is going to be financial. We're going to see it in the Jack Smith case that's going to deal with the documents. We're going to see it with the January 6th insurrection. We're definitively going to see it in the Manhattan District Attorney's case, as well as the Fani Willis, Georgia attempt to overturn the free and fair election case. There's so much accountability that's going to be going around. It's hard to sometimes keep your finger to the pulse. But here today, two big announcements for you. Again, the first one is the gag order. The second one is the fact that he did not report as they were required to. And what's also amazing about that is you see the comments from Chris Kise. I mean, boy, for a guy who had a decent reputation as a lawyer, is he making an ass out of himself on a daily basis, desperately trying, and I know because I've been there, you desperately try to bring back what Donald has said or what Donald has done into the realm of, this is not illegal. This is exactly what we were required to do. No, you are not supposed to transfer any money greater than $5 million without notifying Special Master Jones. They did. They're now going to be held accountable for that as well. Let's all see. Fingers crossed.
Hey, Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.